State, good morning. My name is Ifeemi Andrew, and let's get into a conversation this Monday morning. Well, as you all know, Labour began its indefinite strike today, but that's not what the focus is about. I just had to make you understand that that's the situation with regards to Labour, because an urgent meeting was held, but no leeway was made, and so yes, we're stuck. Now, what that would mean in Rivers State, hopefully we'll find out from my guest. But the major focus of our conversation would be on the accountability that the governor of Rivers State had given to mark his 1 year in office. If you remember, just over the weekend, the Thanksgiving service was held. And in that Thanksgiving service, you heard the governor speaking emotionally, where he said, "You will not understand. I alone understand. And today I don't want it to be for any man. I just want to thank God, because we did not believe that by this time we would still be here." Just paraphrasing the words of the governor. Now, prior to that, we had the conference where he gave outlined how he's been spending Rivers money, the money for Rivers people, the projects that they've embarked on, the ones that were inherited, and some things he said about debts that was also inherited and uncompleted projects from the past administrations. And responses also came to that from the former Commissioner for Works, talking about the monies that were being owed, and what those monies were for wasn't for the project. It was monies that were supposed to be paid to the contractors after a project was done, and all that, but said any money for any project had been paid. Well, all of that will come into the conversation this morning as we review the accountability of the governor given his 1 year in office. So far, you heard the governor outline what he had done with the monies and projects and what the cost and money spent. Are you satisfied with what was said and how it was said? Well, let us know on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, on WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. And most importantly, let's go on to my guest, the Commissioner for Information, Rivers State, Mr. Joe Johnson, joining us this morning. Hello, sir. Good morning to you. Happy New Week. Happy New Month.
Good morning, Rivers people, and good morning to my friend Ifeemi.
All right. Happy New Month. Let me add that again. Maybe you didn't get it the first time. You're welcome.
Happy New Month and happy strike day. I'm sure that you will on strike. I don't know whether.
But by the way, we're working. That's one of the benefits of working on radio. It's public service. So regardless of what happens, we're still here. That reminds me, I think we start off with that. I mean, how's the government looking at the implications of this indefinite strike action by the organized labor? I mean, it's definitely going to impact activities of the state, isn't it?
It will, because we had rolled up our sleeves to kick off. Today apparently may be sounding like the beginning of a new regime, but to witness strike is another setback. We are not happy that it is happening, but just also know that it is not our fault. It's not the fault of the United government, and we are with Nigerians. Wherever they go, the governor will go with them.
So is it safe to say that the Rivers State government would be ready to pay whatever monies that is agreed upon at the center with organized labor?
If there's any regime that has been so helpful to or useful to the labor, this government is, particularly that the governor, His Excellency Fubara, is a product of the civil service. So is a man. So civil servants can be rest assured that whatever is agreed, His Excellency will do that to make them happy.
All right. Now let's get on to more on the conversation for the morning. So congratulations, by the way, on the successful Thanksgiving service that was held over the weekend. But even more is we heard the governor giving account of how Rivers monies have been spent. Now, I would need you to please educate us on some of the things that was raised by the governor. One of them, most importantly, was monies being owed and projects being uncompleted projects that was inherited. Can you give us more insight into that, especially when we look at the fact that the immediate past administration had always bragged about not owing any contractor and not abandoning any project?
It's a far cry. It's funny to even hear that. They never would mean that they can turn the story upside down. The government has said we inherited 225 billion debt on infrastructural development alone. I'm not too sure that the governor, who is an accountant and who was accountant general in that regime, would have made any mistakes. But to say the least is that all the projects they claimed and what the government has said are the tabular presentation of what it was at date of award, what they paid at the 29th of May, and what we inherited from that date of May going forward. There is no one that tallies with his opinion. We all know what they call retention fees. Retention fees are monies that you retain when the project is constructed, and when that project is constructed, you retain it to see if it will fail the integrity test. But in this case, that's not the case. The case is different because we inherited projects that were flagged up at 0%, and we completed those projects. We didn't bother with trying to go commissioning them, doing all the fun phase of commissioning them. But we concluded them and opened them for public use.
So was the former commissioner for works? Are you saying that he wasn't correct when he said that those monies that the government is referring to now is actually the retention fee and not monies that are owed any contractor for any project, and no project was all projects were fully paid for? That was one. And then he also said that the projects that are being commissioned are projects that were completed by were initiated and completed by the past administration. In fact, he mentioned the schools, which we know that we heard the governor mention during his that conference and talking about the various schools that had to be completed. So if you can tell us more about that.
So he is telling the story, is telling a big lie to be very exact. It's to say that he has lied. He has no reason to say what he has said. It doesn't mean that I will go through the tabular presentation to show you people where some of the projects were when we took over. I need to say that the projects were projects completed and paid for. Big lie.
All right, give us the tabular data or stats about this project, please.
The truth of the matter is, let me take the roads which he is as commissioner for works knows fully. The construction of Benin Road in Thai was awarded in 2014. The contract duration was 12 months. It didn't work. The contract sum was 2.4 billion after 2014. The contract sum was not touched. 76% we inherited and paid. Can you hear me very well?
Yes.
So 76% was paid by us. So 76% of that contract sum was paid by us. The reconstruction of Egbelu Street and construction of adjoining roads through the East-West Road was awarded by their government in 2017. It was supposed to be completed in 12 months. For a contract
Sorry to interrupt you. Just one quick question. Are these roads you've mentioned all state roads? Are these roads state roads, or are they roads local that are within the purview of local government?
State roads and the some A roads. They are both state roads and some A roads.
Okay.
We took them over at 0%. It was flagged off. No money was paid. At 0%, we took it up to usable standards. And so it is to almost all the 34 projects we inherited.
Any more you just mentioned two. Is there any more that we should know about?
So many.
Please, can we get one or two more?
Construction of Ogbogu Road. Nothing happened there. A number of all the other roads, including schools, that they claim to have concluded, they never concluded by putting the needed infrastructure in those structures. We finished, concluded, and open for use. All the government comprehensive secondary school, government secondary school at Lesaime, government secondary school okay, government secondary school, even in Koromatai, that's community secondary school. All these are the projects that we did, and 34 of them we have completely delivered, 14 fully completed. So to say that they have done any one and have finished before we came is not true. It's standing on the truth, in a reversal. So I want to believe strongly that the former commissioner for works should be honest to Rivers people by saying that yes, there are projects that are abandoned or were at half completed stage, but were completed by this government. They should allow that because the truth will always be there.
Another thing many would say is, if government is in continuous process, it shouldn't be much of a force with regards to who completes, who started, who initiated. So why do we have, many would say, why we have all of this, focus on who is initiating it, who is starting it, or one party saying we started it, we initiated it, they are just commissioning what we initiated, or another party saying, well, the projects here are the ones that we started. If it's supposed to be a continuous plan, should we have any of these things, or why do you think we have all of these needs to clarify who started and who initiated?
The funniest part of it is that the government is not interested in saying who started and who didn't complete. Because government actually, like you have said, is a continuum. But the government has clearly stated that he inherited 225 billion. And most of the projects that were flagged off we never got a dime. But even at that, we have inherited them, we have concluded or are completing the execution of those projects. So for anybody to say that we concluded all the projects, started and concluded and ended or constructed and did all that they needed to do, that this government was lying, is the point that I want to drive to Riverview to say, look, we truly inherited projects that amounted to the tune of 225 billion. We had 34 projects and we have executed almost all. 14 have been delivered in this our 1 year anniversary. That's the point that
14 projects that you inherited.
34 projects that we inherited, we have executed 14.
Okay.
That is completely executed to 100%. The others are ongoing. The others are ongoing. I don't want to talk about our signature projects and our legacy projects. Our signature projects are the 20,000, the Trans-Calabari Road, the LLA Omoku Road, and all the other internal roads that we're doing. Our legacy project is the the ring road, which traverses 6 local governments. The signature project will traverse through 3 local governments that will give Trans-Calabari people the opportunity to have
All right, Mr. Johnson, hold your thoughts there. Let's take a short commercial. We'll continue afterwards. Stay on the line, please. The morning crossfire with the Commissioner for Information, River State, Joe Johnson, putting some things into perspective with regards to the accountability that we heard from the River State Governor just over the weekend. I mean, it had brought up a lot of reactions. One of them was the position of the former Commissioner for Works, Alaba George Kelly, reacting to some of the things that was said by the governor at the time, and you could hear the River State Commissioner here saying, well, sorry to say on his part, but what was said by the former commissioner is a lie. What your opinion is about this is quite interesting. So far, you heard the governor reel out and some things he mentioned about the health sector in the next couple of months. That it's going to, the zonal hospitals will be up and running, and some hospitals that perhaps were not even going to be looked into because of insecurity in that particular area. The talks about the school and how far his team is to go around and look at the schools and take stats of the schools that are not so in good shape and then know what to do about it. And monies that even been released to the basic education boards to look at the schools there within that space and see that they are all looked at and taken care of infrastructurally, amongst many other things that were mentioned. We'll try to re-establish contact with my guest. I think at the moment it's been interrupted by the service provider, so we'll just try to re-establish contact and you get the opportunity to ask your questions and make your contributions to get a response from the commissioner. So yes, on Facebook it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We just get our okay. So on Facebook, I'll be taking some of your comments now. We'll start with that. 1 year administration of the governor has reshaped governance in the state. He did well, but our wage award gratuity has not been paid, please. Which reminds me, another very important question I'll be asking the commissioner as soon as we get him back online. Tammy Otto says, what a transparent mobile governance from the executive boards of Rivers. Now, while you know the executive governor of the state is open as a highly commendable because these monies were used wisely. Who is deceiving who? 1 year is too short for all this noise making. That's Courage Bobo. You sent in that message. On WhatsApp, it is 0809030641 and we'll be taking your comments on WhatsApp as well. This one says, I heard everything the Commissioner for Information said is absolutely spot on. This is Minima Tamano Priye. Another one here says, good morning to you and your guests, the Commissioner for Information. As we appreciate the good works of the governor, please, human face should be put into them. For instance, the flyover going on at Eneka roundabout has led to the blocking of the roads. This makes it difficult for people living in Igbo Eche, as that has been their only access road to oil mill. Igbo Eche Road was cut off. We thought, okay. So basically, you're just saying that, some alternatives should be looked at with regards to what the impact of the ongoing construction work is causing in that area. Akpabio Jr., is that what it is? Okay, says, there's no way the retention fee of 5% could go up to 125 billion. The former commissioner of works isn't saying the truth. How many roads did you construct and left the retention fees unpaid? Assuming but not considering that these projects were fully completed, what stops you from paying up the withholding retention fees, which go up to 225 billion? Let them know that we are sound and we cannot be deceived. I don't think Judge Kelly was telling the truth. Akpabio Jr. from Port Harcourt. Honorable Commissioner, thank you for joining us again. You're back on the line. Please, if you can, turn down the volume of your radio. I would appreciate that. Okay. So I was just taking a few messages on Facebook and WhatsApp before we reconnected with you. Now, you've done the little you can to address the comments the governor made and the response that came from the former commissioner for works. But some things that were not clarified. I remember when the comment with regards to monies being owed and contractors not being paid first came up. It caused a lot of stir. And then in public space, a document was circulating on social media about a company that was being owed and was writing to the Rivers State government, led by the governor now, to consider helping them get these monies. What is the situation with that complaint the governor made with regards to contractors who were being owed? And the document that circulated, was it something that really happened, or was that not the case? And if this is actually true with regards to the contractors being owed, have those monies been cleared?
I'd like to put the record straight. I don't know which document you're talking about, but let's even bother with projects like construction of roommates, access and internal roads in Emowa. That contract was awarded on the 22nd of May and it was supposed to last or be concluded in 5 months. No cover was paid. We have done 40% of that project. It was awarded for 2.3 billion. No cover was paid. It was flagged off the fund size as to what happened. We all know. Let me go to a project like construction of roads, network, and drains at River State Industrial Park area at Eleme local government. It was awarded on the 4th of May for 5 months at the cost of 6 billion. 0% was paid. We have gotten to 42.9%. No cover was paid. It would mean that from start and when it was commissioned, the flagged off. No, they didn't pay cover. Let me go to reconstruction, stabilization of Emowa, Abalamatema Junction. That project was awarded on the 8th of February for 18 months. What was paid was 28%. We have done 100% of it. If you were to the governor and the contract value that or the work as at the time you left office was 28%, one would expect that if you have put in 71.7%, you have had a higher mark. We completed that project. It was commissioned. Now, construction of Rume Precom internal roads. We awarded contract for the construction of Rume Precom. Rume Precom is where the former governor comes from. The former governor is from Rume Precom. They awarded in 3 lots. The first lot, no cover was paid. We have done 95%. The second one, construction of Rume internal roads and drains, awarded to OKI and Sons. On the 13th of March, no cover was paid. It was supposed to be completed in 4 months. It was awarded for 2.2 billion. No cover, no percentage of work. No percentage of payment was made by that government. We have paid 70%, and it is at 85% completion. We got to the first, second, third lots of Rume Precom, where the former governor comes from. We have done all that they awarded without paying a dime, and they were supposed to be completed in 4 months' time. Now we got to Paul Internal Road. It was awarded on the 6th of April 2023, just 1 month to his departure, which was also one event that had a lot of media hype. For 5 months, for 6 billion, no cover was paid by him. We paid 50% as we speak, and we're at 62% of that work. We go to construction of external roads at the palace of Apara. Apara is the traditional ruler of the Apara kingdom. And it was to be completed in 1 month. Awarded on the 2nd of May, just like 27 days less than the time of departure of that regime, at 0%. We paid 93%, and today I can tell you we have completed our project. We have done 100%. You go to construction, so furnishing of George's estate at Akapa, no cover was paid. Contract was awarded for 5 billion. We paid 80%, and 60% of that job has been done. You go to reconstruction of Pelelewo internal roads. It was awarded on the 22nd of May, 7 days to the departure of that regime. And it was to be completed in 9 months. No cover was paid for 12 billion. That contract was for
all right, Honorable Commissioner, I think we don't have a lot of time. I'm sure you would want to go on and on, but we don't have a lot of time.
I would have loved to. I will put Dr. George Kelly on the right path so that he does not misinform about people. These monies were not retention fees. Contracts were awarded at the twilight of that regime. All they did was award contracts, push even to the ones that will go to all the communities that His Excellency, the former governor, comes from. No cover was paid. We are taking some of them to completion stage, some at 90%. Some are ongoing.
All right. Before we go to the phone lines, quickly, Honorable Commissioner, two things just to clarify. So the companies that the governor had mentioned, I was talking about how the governor had mentioned that contractors were being owed, and then after that, we saw a document from Hado Nigeria Limited that was circulating on social media. Whether it was authentic or not was another thing that we couldn't tell, but it was circulating everywhere, and we many thought that, oh, could this be what the governor was talking about? So what we wanted to know was, were there really contractors that were being owed monies that were not paid after they had done their work? And if they were, have those contractors now been settled by this administration?
There's no contractor known to me that is being owed for the jobs they did that we are not paid. There's no.
From the past administration till now?
Sorry?
From the past administration till now?
Every contractor, anyone that is completed at this stage, our government has paid. So let any contractor say, I've completed a project and I was not paid. I've read out the project awarded from start or from the 29th of May. I'm prepared to read them all out to the time we took over.
Okay.
Any contractor who has completed his project, this administration has paid. The 225 is an inherited debt. To say that after the time you left a huge sum of 225 billion owed by your regime, which we are redeeming.
All right. And then quickly, just to respond to this. So I had a conversation with a former council caretaker chairman, Bright Amaiwule, and he raised up certain concerns. And one of them was that he alluded to the fact that, or he suggested that civil servants in the state are being paid their salaries in parts.
Former caretaker chairman, Bright Amaiwule.
Yeah.
How can you be? You cannot. Abiola, let Abiola be so rest in peace. You be house from outside. Your own house, you have to be from outside. You must be inside the house to sweep it. So, on what locus is he standing on to make?
Well, he said that they have people on the ground. They get information, and from what they have gathered, there are some civil servants who are getting their monies paid in parts.
So, if I say Nigeria info, I would say Andrew he told me. So I cannot leave. Speculation. Dr. Mewule is not a member of any cabinet that I know. He's not a commissioner. He's not a civil servant. Close to government. He is on the other side, and you can imagine what can come from his own end.
All right, let's open the phone lines. I'm sure Rivers people would have contributions and questions to ask. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Well, the scorecard of the governor in the past 1 year, he gave was an event held where he gave account of the money spent, how they've been spent, and also took questions from those present on different plans and programs that the government intends to carry out in different sectors of the state's economy. Well, are you satisfied so far with what you've heard with regards to the accountability of this government? Cookie Gam from Rumolumeni is on the line. I mean, there have been plenty of questions about what is the government doing with the monies that they've been getting. Cookie Gam, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
All right, straight to the point, please.
Andrew, for 25 years now, this is the first time the commissioner of commission is in station every day to verify River people what is going in River State. The first time for 25 years. I want to commend this honorable commissioner for your boldness as regards to stand to the River State on daily basis. What happened in River State. I commend the commissioner for this brave action. And you know that when the man is coming to test somebody, the person is saying the truth. What the commissioner is saying is simple truth. Go, Andrew. Remember last year, the team in March and April, the governor awarded contract over 200 billion. River, all of us know it. So telling me that they have paid. Commissioner, please don't bother about George Kelly. It's what he's doing is window dressing. Liverpool know the truth. What is happening in River State? We know the truth. So don't bother yourself coming to tell us this thing, just to tell us the foremost. I want to commend the simple truth that the former government has failed. They failed for these cases. Thank you and God bless the commissioner.
Chima from Ada George, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yep, go on, Chima.
Yes, Andrew, is clear that the former governor actually deceived Rivers people in trying to tell us that he will leave no project for his predecessor. You understand? For his successor, I mean. I think it is clear and it's unfortunate. And we still know that the former governor, the state is indebted to the tune of about 220 billion. If you sum it up with the contract that is yet to be paid, you can imagine how much. But the former governor was busy wasting our money on media hype. It's unfortunate. But I want to tell this current governor, he should look beyond just road construction, which is, of course, one of what made him to give him the support. Let him look at the various moribund schools, you understand, scattered all over the state, especially the one in my community, Rumodogo 1 or Debo, that the roof has gone off everything. Let him look into it to see how to revitalize all the various schools that have been abandoned by the past administration. It's unfortunate. I want to tell the commissioner, please tell the governor to be moved by anything that the river people are in support of him. Thank you very much.
All right. Temple from Mile 1. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi Andrew.
Yeah, go on, Temple.
Permit me to salute the Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Joe Johnson. Continue your good work, sir. The very distinguished Ifemi Andrew. Like the former Commissioner for Works rightly said, this is a retainership. As at the time they were leaving office, did they hand over these monies that at the end of the day that will eventually be paid to this commission? Did they hand over the checks that to this, main money meant for these contractors? Did they hand over the checks to the government, the present government now? Or does it mean that as they left office, was it not, money that is accrued that the governor, my own governor, said that they left some whopping sum of money for them to be paid for the past contractors? And like the former governor said, the FCT minister, he made bold to say to us that the government will not abandon any project. This project that they are claiming that my governor is completing now, it is not an abandoned project. But for of His Excellency Fubara administration, and we say kudos and congratulations
Temple,
to
thank
him
you.
in 1 year in office.
Matthew from Port Harcourt Town. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. Go on,
I
please.
greet the Honorable Commissioner. My name is Matthew Kalio. I want to honestly commend what the Commissioner is doing, informing or keeping the Rivers people updated of what the previous government did, despite of all their shouting, shenanigans, promises, and so on. And I also want to urge the state governor, our own dear governor, Satimina Fubara, that we should not throw the part of the previous administration. Rather, we should consolidate and carry out all of the abandoned projects, all the projects that we have awarded during the previous government. We should also do well and complete them to write its name and goal in the hearts of Rivers people. You should keep on doing a good job for us. Thank you very much.
All right, Matthew, thank you very much. George in Buguma, good morning.
Yes, Andrew. Let me greet the Honorable Commissioner. Good morning, sir. Andrew, if we continue to have this back and forth from my brother, George Kelly, I think we will say that this is why the governor's probe is needed. Because I think the probe will open up certain things. Because what the commissioner this morning to people. Because you can't tell me that a system where the current governor happens to play the financial, was the chief judge of the financial circle. You understand? You are telling me that you are coming to argue with him on daily basis. Then, will the governor come and lie? What will the governor gain when it comes to lie that you abandon some that with and the sheet of consolidation? The governor is carrying out those projects. You are always coming now every day to
place a defense. Will the governor lie to Rivers people? I don't think that the governor knows that
all right,
consolidation
George.
is part of governance and is doing the continuity of that consolidation. And you don't need to argue with it. We need this probe because to my mind, misappropriation to Rivers people.
All right, thank you very much. Ken from Ubimini, good morning.
Good morning, Femi Andrew.
Morning, Ken.
Greetings to the Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning, my brother.
I think with the spirit of consolidation, what the governor is doing is what the former governor and him had agreed as a kind of I do. But one thing I must imagine is that somebody who is not brave cannot consolidate on what is on the ground as far as administration is concerned, especially in this time of the state of the nation. So I commend the governor and the commissioner who is coming barely every week to update us on what is on the ground in defense of what other parties are trying to fault the governor, claiming that the governor has nothing on ground up to date. But I want to use this opportunity to let the Honorable Commissioner know that Ubumini in Emoha local government is sharing boundary with our community in Ohaji local government. Now that we have rainy season, we don't have a road to move our goods and other things in our community. That
right,
the governor should also know that there is a community after every community where he comes to commission the internal roads, only 10 posts before the community that he should come to our aid.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go to GRA. Zion is on the line. From Zion, we'll go to Peter and then we'll wrap it up. Quickly, Zion, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Commissioner. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
In my view, Governor Sim Fubara has performed credibly well. That even the blind can feel it, what he's doing. Except those who don't go out, who choose to be antagonistic, they will hide under their wife's bed, ask their wife to go and check what is happening, to come and tell them under her bed. Don't spend time coming to defend the governors, whatever, because somebody said this, you come to defend. We are here. We are on ground. We have seen what is going on. In less than 365 days, Governor Sim Fubara performed as if he has been in office for 4 years. So what are you coming to defend what somebody said or opposite did not say? You are here when the governor has given a marching order for a probe, right? He has given somebody that authority. So let the committee do their job. After the committee's job, it can now come and unleash all the bombs for us to see. But for me to use, sir, take this message to Governor Sim Fubara.
All right.
The
Thank you, Zion.
youth need a total impact on entertainment, in sports, and in their little bit of entrepreneurship.
All right, Zion, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we can't cover a lot. There's a lot that the governor had said. Hopefully, we'll pick out some more areas in the course of the week to look at. Honorable Commissioner, we're already out of time. We have less than 2 minutes before we go. Yes, you heard most of the callers. We seem to be aligning with you, but...
Just to say that I'm prepared to appear every other day to give a full account of what we have on our scorecard. The governor has presented the scorecard. I'm going to leave it in the public domain. I will bring some copies to the studio so that you'll be able to also appreciate what we have done. To say that the probe is real is to look at the scorecard, and that will give you direction as to the triangle that we're going to go through this route.
All right, Honorable Commissioner.
And God bless His Excellency the Governor.
Thank you very much for your time, and do have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Well, I think that was quite hilarious. Sorry, how he decided to end it. But anyways, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Well, the conversation continues. Hello, Port Harcourt is coming up next after the news at 9. And the Morning Crossfire will return tomorrow morning, of course. If you missed it, you can go on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and you can watch all over again, drop your comments and make suggestions even. And would be looking at all of those. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.
Mom's love is pure. It's so no, she does.